Welcome back, students. Today we are going to learn about a new chapter which is exciting and interesting. Okay, so in your textbook at page number 66 you can see chapter number 5, separation of substances. Clear? So shall we start the topic? Yes. Now children, you would have noticed most of the substances around us exist as a mixture of two or more substances or components. Okay, so for example, rice, grains and pulses. Along with that, some few small stones you would have noticed, isn't it? Yes. And then tea. Tea is filtered from tea leaf or tea dust before being served, isn't it? Yes. Yes, children. Now let us have a look on mind map. Okay. So mind map, main thing is about mixtures. So what do you mean by mixtures? Substances obtained by mixing more than one kind of particles. Clear? So again, it is carried out for separation of substances. Mixtures are taken for separating the substances. Clear? Then, so for separating substances we are using several methods. So in case if the material is between solid from solid, if you want to separate solid particle from solid particle, then we are using these methods like hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, magnetic separation. Okay. Then if the separation is in between solid from liquid, then it is divided into two types: soluble solid from solutions and insoluble solid from solutions. Here the process is evaporation and condensation, and in insoluble solids the process is sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Clear? Then if the separation is in between liquids to liquids, okay, then again it is divided into separation of two immiscible liquids and separation of two miscible liquid. Okay, and here the process is distillation, and here for separating two immiscible liquid the process is through separating funnel. Clear, children? Yes. So children, generally substances, there are two kinds of substances. Okay, so one is pure substances, second one is mixtures. Clear? So about pure substances, what do you mean by pure substances? That is, it is made up of only one kind of particle. It's made up of only one kind of particle. So again, pure substances is further classified into two types, that is element and compound. Clear, children? So let us learn about that. Yes, children, as I said, pure substances is divided into two types, that is elements and compounds. Okay, so first about element. Element consists of only one type of atoms. It consists of only one type of atoms. So for example, iron, silver, gold, sodium and aluminium. So children, you can have a look on aluminium foil. This is one example for pure element. Clear? This is one example for pure element. Okay. Now about the second classification, compounds. About the second classification, compounds. Compound is made up of same combination of element in a fixed proportion of mass. A fixed proportion of mass. So for example, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride and water. Clear? Because carbon dioxide is basically a combination of carbon and oxygen. Sodium chloride is a combination of sodium and chlorine, isn't it? Yes. And again for water, H2O. H2O, isn't it? So hydrogen and oxygen are there. So this is what about compounds. Children, example for compound, that is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. So the formula for that is CO2. Clear? And then sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Clear? And then water. Water is H2O. Okay. So here again for carbon dioxide, it's a combination of carbon and oxygen. Two components, isn't it? Yes. Then for sodium chloride, Na and Cl. Then for water, H, H2 and O. H and O. Isn't it? Yes. Yes, children. Now about mixture. Okay. So the proper definition for mixture is a substance that is obtained by mixing more than one kind of particles is called mixture. Clear, children? Yes. So for example, milk. Milk is a mixture of water and cream. Okay. And then soil. Soil is a mixture of water, decaying organic matter, broken rocks and minerals. Clear? Yes. Now about their properties. So the first property is composition of mixture is not fixed. Mean to say the quantity of the component in the mixture is not fixed. Clear? Yes. Then the second property, components of mixture retain their own characteristic properties. Clear? Then the third point, they do not have fixed melting or boiling points. Children, so as of now, mixture is divided into two types, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Heterogeneous. Clear? So about homogeneous. Here the components are evenly distributed throughout the mixture. The components are evenly distributed throughout the mixture, and that is called homogeneous mixture. Clear? For example, salt dissolved in water, and again sugar dissolved in water. Second example. Clear? So then next classification, heterogeneous. Okay. So here a mixture in which its components are not distributed evenly. They are not distributed evenly throughout the mixture. Clear? And that is called heterogeneous mixture. For example, fruit salad. Yes, children. Now, why do you want to separate the components of mixtures? What is the purpose behind it? To remove impurities or harmful components. Okay. Then to obtain pure component. Then to obtain useful component. So there are different separation methods. So depending upon the quantity and the components, we are choosing the method. So let us learn one by one. First method, hand picking. Okay. So what do you mean by hand picking? Picking out substances by hand and separating them from others. Picking out substances by hand and separating them from others. So when these method is used, they are used when the components to be separated are large. Okay. Then when unwanted materials are present in small quantity, then we'll prefer this method. Clear? So for example, small stones, husk separated from rice and wheat. Children, let us do an activity. Here I kept two glasses. So the first glass with some water, here some soil. So after adding soil to this water, we turned as impure water, and if that impure water is left undisturbed for some time, the heavier particles settle down at bottom of the container, and the clear liquid that remains above the sediment, and that is called supernatant. Clear, children? So the process of settling down the heavier insoluble component in a mixture is called sedimentation. Now the supernatant is carefully poured out into another container. Without disturbing the soil particle. Okay, and this process of pouring out the supernatant slowly into another container, such as that sediments are not disturbed in the way we have to pour out, and that process is said to be as decantation. Clear, children? So this is what about sedimentation and decantation. Children, you can see now I have kept here wheat grains. You can observe dust particles. So usually for small quantities, hand picking method is used to separate two solid particles. Yes, children, now about the second method, threshing. Okay, here the proper definition is the process of separating grains from harvested stalks. Clear? So it is done by three methods. First thing is it's done by manually beating dry stalks. Clear? Second method is by threshing machines. And then third method is trampling under feet of animals like bullocks. Clear? Now children, about the third method, winnowing. Okay, so here win is used to separate heavier particles from lighter particles. Clear? A mixture of, you can take a mixture of dry leaves and sand on a plate. So when it is slightly tilted, when the plate is slightly tilted, the mixture slides out slowly. So automatically light particles are blown away with wind. And the sand particles which are heavy will fall vertically down near our feet. Can you understand? Yes. So usually this method is used by farmers to separate husk and grain. Yes, children. Now about the fourth method, sieving. Okay. So here it's a commonly used method at home to separate bran from wheat flour. Okay. So you can see here there are different types of sieve plates. It's differentiated based on the pore size. Clear? So here pores in the sieve, pores which are there in the sieve, you can see here. This is the smallest one. This is to some extent. Okay. The pores observed in the sieve plate allow the smaller components to pass through and retain the larger ones. Clear? So this is what about sieving method. We are separating two solid particles using this method. Clear? Okay. Now about the next method, magnetic separation. Here in a mixture of components, iron fillings gets attracted towards the magnet and stick to it, while sand particles which are observed in mixture, while sand particles are left behind. Can you understand? So they are separating two solid particles using magnet also. Yes children, now let us learn about some methods for separating soluble solid from solution. So about the first method, evaporation. Here you can see you can have a look on the picture which is there in the page number 75, figure 5.11. Clear? So here seawater is collected in shallow ponds. First, seawater is collected, which is basically salty water, isn't it? Yes. Then water evaporates due to heat. Due to heat, water evaporates. Due to heat of sun, and salt is left behind. Water is evaporated and salt is left behind. Clear? So common salt is produced naturally from seawater by this method. Clear children? Yes. Yes children, now about the second method, condensation. Okay, so this is a process in which water vapor convert back to its liquid form. Clear? It converts back to its liquid form. So for example, if we are placing a lid above the container of water, you can observe some droplets, isn't it? When it is heated, when lid is placed over the container, you can observe some drops of water, that is steam, okay, which is on the plate, and then that steam which will condense again to form liquid water. Clear children? Yes. Yes children. Now about, there are two different types of liquid, that is miscible liquid and immiscible liquid. Clear? So what do you mean by miscible liquid? When two liquids mix with each other, that is said to be as miscible liquid. For example, milk and water. Clear? And then about immiscible liquid, that is when two liquids do not mix with each other, that is termed as immiscible liquid. Clear? So here it can be, this miscible liquid can be separated by distillation process. It can be separated by distillation. So what do you mean by distillation? Distillation is a process of obtaining a pure liquid from a solution. A pure liquid from a solution. So let us learn about this distillation process. Yes children, now you can have a look on distillation apparatus. Clear? So here we are having a distilling flask, a thermometer, condenser and a receiving flask. Okay, so here this distilling flask has a mixture of two liquids. So when this mixture is subjected to heat by a burner, the liquid which has higher boiling point will get vaporized first, and then the vapors are allowed to pass through the condenser. And here in this condenser, the vapors are condensed and they are turned back again to water, and that is collected in this receiving flask, and that water is termed as distillate. Clear? So I hope children you can understand about this distillation apparatus and how we are separating two miscible liquid. Now children, about separation of two immiscible liquid. Okay, so here you can have a look on separating funnel. You can see here a separating funnel, inverted stopper and a beaker. Okay, so here in this separating funnel, a mixture is there. Okay, so a mixture is a combination of oil and water here. It's a combination of oil and water. So here in the separating funnel, there are two liquids, that is oil and water. Then it's left undisturbed for some time. Automatically, a heavier liquid collects at bottom. And lighter will stay at top layer. Okay, and then here a beaker is kept. A beaker is placed below the separating funnel so that they can collect the liquid. Then after some time, after it has been separated as two layers, then this chopper is open to let the bottom layer to flow out. Then once it reaches here near this chopper is turned off. The top layer of the liquid reaches the stopper. Till the top layer of liquid reaches the stopper, then automatically this chopper will be turned off, so that we can separate two immiscible liquids using this separating funnel. Yes children, now about water treatment plant. Okay, so how is drinking water obtained? Okay, you can have a look on the picture here. There is a water from source such as rivers or lakes are stored here. Okay, storing place. So then alum is added, then further it is passed through settling tanks, and then you can observe a sand filter. Then the water is passed through a storage where disinfectants are added like chlorines. Okay, and then it is further passed to storage tank, and then finally it is distributed. Here in this, the first step, coagulation is carried out. Coagulation is nothing but removal of dirt and solid particles. So this step is carried out with the help of alum. And then again the second step, that is sedimentation. Here the solid impurities are removed using this method. It will be settling down, and then the purified water alone, it's processed to the next step, that is through sand filter, and then for disinfectant, and it's finally distributed to the individual houses. Clear? Yes children, now about solution. So what do you mean by solution? A mixture of water and salt is called solution. It has two components, that is solute and solvent. Clear? Next thing is about solvent. So what is this? A substance which is present in larger amount in solution is termed as solvent. Clear? Next thing is about solute. So what do you mean by solute? A substance which is present in lower amount in the solution is termed as solute. Clear? Yes. Next thing is about solubility. Solubility is the ability of solute to dissolve in solvent, and that is again termed in two states, that is saturated and unsaturated. Mean to say, if you are having water in a beaker and if you are adding salt in that, if the salt dissolves, then that state of water is termed to be as unsaturated. Okay, once if the salt is unable to dissolve, it's not able to dissolve, it stands as such, then that state is termed as saturated. Clear children? So children, we have reached the end of the chapter. So after watching the video, read the chapter and practice well. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you children.